Hey everyone, this is Jeremy with Sanctified Soul. I just real quick want to touch base on something that I think impacts a lot of Christians, especially people that are leading their home or leading in business. So many times I think the enemy catches us slipping. And so in First Peter chapter 5, it talks about how the devil roams around like a lion, seeking whom he may devour. And I spent most of my life believing that that was specifically talking about how the devil's going to look for ways to drag us to hell through addiction, perversion, anger, rage, whatever the case. But I also think that more recently I realized that so many times who he's looking for are those leaders in our home, whether you're a man or a woman, you're leading that home, you're the spiritual leader, whether you're leading a business, a nonprofit. But at some point, we start to slip a little bit. And I'm not talking about the big sins where you're embezzling or you're banging somebody at work or you're doing drugs or you're stealing, whatever. I'm talking about the little things, those things that we allow into our homes, whether it be video games or movies, whether it be attitudes, whether it be greed or even sometimes success. There are things in our lives as leaders, as Christians, as human beings that we allow in. And so many times I think about how if I was to leave the front door of my house cracked open and put a sign out front that says, hey, you know what? I'm not guarding this place. This place is not secure. And if a burglar came in and they did something to hurt my family, they stole something of great possession to me, at the end of the day, it would be because I was slipping. I allowed that door to be open. Well, the enemy's looking for all of us to begin to let down our guard. And I'm not talking about works that we're not good enough or perfect, because none of us ever will be. We can never earn and be good enough, or we can never do enough good works. There's been times in my life I've been caught slipping, and I was in ministry. I was doing something that I thought was good for the kingdom. But the reality was I was allowing pride or lust. But it's not even the thing that you allow in. Our job as Christians, I think the thing that God cares about the most is that we spend our lives becoming Christ-like. So my challenge to all of us is this. Is there anything in your life, whether it's entertainment, whether it's work, whether it's family, whether it is something major like addiction or perversion or whatever, maybe it's just simply you're just so involved in work, you're so involved in ministry. But I'm asking you, make sure you're not slipping. Is there anything that takes the place of our goal and our walk to get as close to God as we possibly can? Anyways, that's all I have. Check out First Peter chapter 5, and it's really a good read. That's all I have. God bless. Jesus loves you. We'll talk soon.